You clicked on this video. Not me. Not me, I didn't hit it. You know deep down that you want to be a good Madden player. You know what gaming has become. You've seen it. It isn't, let's hop on. Just got off of work, off of school. Gonna hop on and have some fun. But you know deep down, it's not fun to lose. You don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. I compete in this game. You know I don't want to lose. And more importantly, I don't want you guys to lose. You guys clicked on this video, you're looking for some solutions. You know deep down you're not very good. Or you're really good and you want to make that transition to Madden 23. Or you're very solid and you just find you're making a little bit of mistakes and you want to take it to that next level. You want to go from a 15-win MUT Champions Weekend League player to a 20-win top 100 Weekend League player. You don't want to buy packs. You want to earn it in head-to-head. You don't want to play solos. They're boring. You want to earn it in head-to-head, Weekend League and such. Or maybe you want to make some money off of that. Maybe you enjoy it so much that you want to start making some money. This is the right video. This is not the video where, alright, after you play for 2,000 hours, you'll be good. No. This is a video that shows you concepts and techniques and just general ideas that can make you a better player almost overnight. Now, I'm not promising you that after you watch this video, you go from a 15 to a 25-win Weekend League player. That's not what I'm promising you. But what I am promising you is techniques and skills that can build you up to that, as well as just stubborn habits that you need to break. Now, let's begin with the video. I'm gonna break it down into 5 major tips or 5 major mistakes you're making and why you're still on that edge of being the best, of competing in these MCS tournaments, or taking it to that next step. You really want to hop in MUT. You're just playing regs. You want to see what it's like. You want to compete with the pros, or you want to compete in general. You want to be in that top 1% all Madden division. This is the right video. You clicked the right one, so stay through it. Let's start with number 1. Now, the biggest tip I can teach you is pocket. Pocket is so important in Madden 23 more than ever. Edge animations got turned up. They are absolutely crazy. I promise you, you need to learn pocket. If you look at the Madden forums, you'll see that they wanted pass rush to be as good as it possibly could be. You need to learn pocket. And when they tuned up pass rush, they didn't really tune up interior animations. Defensive tackles aren't getting crazy animations. It's the ends that are getting those animations. And contains are really maintaining their leverage. Meaning your bad habit of stepping back, stepping back, stepping back, stepping back is gonna cause you problems because the contains are gonna get you. I'll give you an example. If I were to run a play like this, where I were blitzing all and then I am putting both contains out there, right? So if I'm running something like that, let's call verticals 5-0. Now, if I step back, step back, step back, I'm gonna run into the contain. I'll even show you a better example where I don't even step towards the contain. So let's say they run the exact same thing. Now in Madden 23, you're gonna see that contain integrity. In Madden 22, it wasn't as great, but watch. If I step back, step back, step back, step back, you'll see him disengage. It's usually much quicker. That's because it's Joey Bosa. He's a heavier set guy. He doesn't have the speed or the pursuit. Nevertheless, that's gonna be a problem for you. But if you did something along the lines of step up in the pocket without tapping R2, don't tap R2 when you're doing that. It triggers sheds. And you see that double team. You're here. You're here all day. All day. You're here all day. That circle route was a wheel that was able to hit the top of the sideline and come back. The point is, pocket is incredibly important, especially as they tuned up those edge animations in Madden 23. Let's get to tip number 2, and that's throwing the ball away. I can't even illustrate this for you. Players are so much more difficult to beat. Even players that don't necessarily watch the pros, they don't know the meta, they don't know what's crazy good about the game. If they are throwing the ball away, they will do much better. There's no point in forcing it to a random defender, maybe even getting a throw to sack for no reason. And I know it sounds easier said than done, but I do have a solution for you. I'm not just gonna say, oh, just let it work, do that. Just Just don't do it. That's not something I'm gonna tell you. You need to build habits. So when you're playing a Madden game with your friends, don't go, oh, I just threw it. I tried to egg you. Don't do that. I did that. I used to do that. And do you know how many times it translated from playing with my friends to playing in a game for money? Because you build those habits. I know I'm gonna source a book here, Atomic Habits, James Clear, but you are your habits. You're controlled by your habits. So you need to understand that throwing interceptions for fun, maybe in a game that doesn't matter, like with your friends or head-to-head or ranks, it's just something that doesn't matter to you, will cause you to throw those interceptions in important games. Maybe weekend league's really important, or a tournament, or even head-to-head when you're trying to make a lot of coins. You don't want to lose those games. Maybe you take it really seriously, and I get it. You don't want to make those mistakes, and the best solution I can give you is to just build that habit of not throwing those interceptions. So as long as you're taking every game not seriously, I'm not saying you have to lock in every game, sit dead silent, play your locked in song. It's not what I'm saying. But don't get into the habit of throwing picks for fun or throwing picks just because, right? You really don't want to force anything. The best examples of this are on broken plays. When I play players that haven't or are inexperienced or have just started playing, they'll see a broken play and they'll just throw something. Like that's a perfect example right there. I'll roll out and I'll just lob it because he kind of looks open. It might be open. I've made those mistakes and I still might make those mistakes. But if you can kill that habit, you'll drastically reduce the amount of times plays like that will occur. Okay. Tip number 3 is not watching the pros. Either not watching them because, oh, they're running the same play, or not watching them because, I don't want to watch comp. It's boring. These guys have no personality. I just want to say about that, the progression of Madden players, a lot of them have personalities now. Maybe in the old times where gaming was very in itself secluded, right? Being very stoic was really important. But in Madden games, you'll notice there's a million highlights on my screen right now. Wildest walk-off touchdowns. They're incredibly entertaining just to watch, but more importantly than watching, they are great to learn from. Do not refuse to watch them because of pride. Do not refuse to watch them because you think they're not entertaining. The reason you believe they're not entertaining is the same reason you might not watch chess. Why don't you watch chess? You don't necessarily understand it. Maybe you're a pro chess player watching this video and it doesn't apply to you. You're #1 on chess.com. Good for you. For real, good for you. But more importantly than that, you're not watching them because you don't understand that they're not running the same play every time. They're running a bunch of plays a million different ways. The variations are very difficult to comprehend even for most competitive players. Of course, it may look similar, but I promise on the bottom of my screen here, I'll lift it up a little bit. Astro is not running the same gun bunch that Henry is in the Madden Bowl semifinals. Watch these games, really take into account what they're doing, why they're doing it. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm just gonna go to a random spot in this video and let's find it. So we got a rollout, it's Madden 23. Oh, there's tip number 2, throwing it away when the play's broken. He maybe could have lobbed A. He could have, but he's also playing for $100,000. He doesn't have the habit of chucking things. You can't say that about someone like Astro, right? Let's watch this play here. He's running verticals just like everybody else, but he motioned a guy over and he lowballed a streak. And he put a slant on the other side, a crosser, and I think he had the tight end wheel. The point is, they're not running these same plays over and over and over again. They are changing things up and you can learn so much from them. You could watch maybe 10 MCS games, maybe take out a notepad. You don't have to take it that seriously. Just watch them and you'll notice your game getting better because you'll begin to replicate and be like, oh, I remember when Henry used this play, or Astro used this play, or Clef used this play, or Wesley used this play, or how he did this. This was really interesting. You'll see that they're disciplined. You'll see the variations that they use. You'll see what's effective, why it's not effective, and you don't have to run gun bunch. You can run off meta. You can see, oh, wheels are really good. Wheels were good in every single formation last year. You could have ran pistol trips. I know a couple guys who run pistol trips. Jelly, great player, right? He can use wheels in that. Learn what's effective, maybe apply it to your offense. I'm not saying you have to run bunch or play exactly like the pros. What blitzes are working? Oh, disengage blitzes. Let's try that. Why does that work? You learn that and you will be a top-notch player. I promise you. Back to gameplay tips, not extracurriculars. This one's my favorite. Not learning from your mistakes. You play a weekend league game. someone's running this insane nickel 3-5 wide blitz. Now, you've played it a million times, you probably know how to block it, or maybe you don't know how to block it to this day, and I'll show you. Point is, they're running something like the very basic variation of this. They're sending 5, they're hovering in this spot with their blitz radar up, and it comes in against your running back blocked every time. I'll just showcase it real quick. Let's block my running back. Runs like that, and you'll see the contain will just loop around the running back, just like so. You can't beat it. You're like, dang, this 3-3-5 wide is giving me hell. And you're upset about it. You get tilted over the game because you couldn't stop this blitz. What are you more likely to do? Are you more likely to hop in another weekend league head-to-head game, or are you going to go in practice mode and figure out how to stop it? My ideology on this is proactive. If you can't beat something, playing it again and again and again and again and again and trying very similar things is not going to help you. It's like the scientific method, and this was mentioned by Zan in a Twitch stream before, and I think it's very interesting. If you play 3-3-5 wide, 1 every 5 games, and you lose that game every time, right? So you play 25 games of weekend league, you go 20-5, you only lose to 3-3-5 wide. Let's just, in this theoretical scenario, right? They're blitzing you, you don't know what to do, you're losing nickel 3-3-5 wide. You need to get in practice mode and figure it out. You can look at the footage, that's just another tip, or you can record or save a clip, anything like that, and just watch it for just a couple minutes, see how they're doing this blitz per se, or maybe running this really good play. You could do probably 2 minutes of labbing. I'm not asking you to sit in practice mode for 2 hours. Okay, if it blocks my running back doesn't work, let me try blocking my tight end. Maybe that'll work. And you'll notice that contain doesn't loop around anymore. You don't necessarily have to worry. You labbed for essentially 2 minutes. You started blocking running back, didn't work. You did your tight end, it worked. Now you could start winning those games. The biggest tip I can give you is to not go for the bomb every play. Now, as much as I love plays like inside cross, and yes, it works next year, this bomb works in Madden 23. You can roll out, take your time, throw this beautiful bomb, have it be a touchdown. It's nice. But what happens when they contain? Well, if they contain, you just double team and do the exact same thing. So you got rewarded for that in Madden 22. You honestly got rewarded for it in almost every Madden. Just rolling out, throwing something deep. It's the way that many pros play Madden. Many people in general, but you can't get away with it in Madden 23 anymore. These contains that are on the field actually will play with integrity. So you'll notice he'll latch on to my tight end like that, and it becomes a little bit more difficult to roll out. I'll do it one more time. It's really difficult to show because, once again, this isn't Madden 23. It hasn't released yet. And yes, I'm giving you tips, and it hasn't released. It basically released in the beta because they're not changing anything. Boom, that. You see him latch on to the tight end, and I'll show it in instant replay. This is how contains will play consistently in Madden 23. Here's Marcus Golden here. Watch him latch. You're not going to be able to outrun that, especially without escape in Madden 23. And you're not going to be able to throw those bombs because you're not going to be able to roll out like that. And then the next thing is, okay, maybe I'll stay in the pocket. Well, the biggest thing that they added in Madden 23 is an insane pass rush to keep up with how good the pass rush has become in the NFL, making pocket presence important, making checkdowns important. So the best tip I can give you regarding going for the big play every time is don't do it. You can't go for the big play every time. 2nd and 1, and you do a max protect and you catch them like this, worst case scenario, they're sending a blitz at you or they get a shed and you have time to throw the ball. That's the best case scenario. Doesn't really matter. Let's say they do something like this. They send 2 people and you catch them, which is great. But let's say they blitz and the contains are playing well. You just gonna waste a down? In 2nd down, sure. But in another down, you might not want to be able to do that. So having like a drag on instead of a slant or instead of a post, I know a lot of people liked ins and such, but having like a drag here. Okay, here comes the blitz. I can throw that check down. Great. Having a backup plan on your deep bombs. Of course, sometimes you do want to max protect, but maybe you want to do something like this. Here's a double drag and a wheel. This will work the exact same way. I'll actually put something like that, right? Quite simple combo. The wheel will bring down that. The wheel will bring down the deep half, the quarter, the thirds, all of that. But now you have a check down on the left, a check down in the middle of the field, and a wheel route that you could throw to if they blitz. Okay, this time they sent 4. Do I have time to throw it? I don't have time to throw the bomb. Okay, let's throw that. Wide open. Oh, they're blitzing me. They're blitzing me. Easy. 10, 15 yards. Point being, don't run bombs every play. Don't expect to roll out every play. Master good pocket. Master having checkdowns. Like it sounds hard, but it's not too bad. You can craft it into your playbook. And that concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you become fantastic. I hope all you guys, Swasmo, thank you. Thank you for helping me be a good Madden 23 player before it even dropped. Getting me ahead for those MCS ladders 3 days after the game releases. One day if you didn't pre-order, getting you ready. And that's what I wanted to do. And more importantly, during the year, this is something you come back to. Like, dang, I'm really in a crunch right now, or it's a poor stretch for me. You come back to this video, practice what I said, you will do much better. Thank you so much for watching. Expect a lot of content in the new year, in Madden 23. This is the place to go for getting better, for free. I'm not selling you a course. Might sell a tight doubles ebook in the future, but that'll be a lot of work and you guys will love it. Besides the point, I'm not selling you a course. I'm not trying to make money off you guys. I want you to genuinely become a better Madden player and enjoy the game more. Thank you very much. You guys have a great rest of your night.